no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
Saturday, on the anniversary of their deaths, family members and friends prayed for those 3 lives taken too soon.
I want to thank you for all of the people who are here to memorialize Monique, Justin, and Jumyrin.
NOPD hasn't arrested anyone for the murders. Someone shot Smith, her 6-year-old and 10-year-old sons, and her daughter at their Torrell Street home in Gentilly in 2017. Her daughter shot in the face, but was the only family member to survive.
I mean, it's a great loss. That's the worst fear that a mother could have, is to lose a child. I'm not going to speak of that person, whoever he is out there, because I left him in the hands of the Lord.
A.T., you silly. Because I used to joke and clown with him. A.T., don't do that. Don't embarrass us. And I just miss hearing that sound. Well, I really want justice. And I really want this solved.
But in this particular case, I mean, it really sent shockwaves through that neighborhood. It sent shockwaves through the community.
Crime Stoppers says they got a lot of tips at first, but as with all cases, as time passes, fewer calls come in.
So, we're just praying that if this was a sensitive thing then and you were afraid, don't let fear hold you back. Make the phone call, do the right thing, and that $10,000 reward still stands.
And I love him, and I miss him. And I know it's been a year, but please, somebody say something.
Monique Juanita Smith was the only daughter born to Jonathan King and Deborah Smith. She was a wife and a mother of 3 beautiful children, and so many people loved her. Family and friends would describe Monique as a sweet and hard-working mother. Monique was married to Justin Sims, the proud father of their 3 children. Amaya Smith, their eldest, led the siblings, with Justin Sims Jr. arriving 2 years later. The youngest member of the family, Jumyrin Sims, joined the family about 4 years after the birth of Justin Jr. Between 2015 and 2016, the Smith family, along with their little white dog, moved into a small white brick rental home on Turreau and Mandolin Streets in New Orleans. The house, situated in a friendly part of the Gentilly neighborhood, was known for its tight-knit community where everyone looked out for one another. The neighbors described the Smiths as a very nice and quiet family. They would often see the kids outside playing with their dog and would see the parents barbecuing from time to time. Then one day, they noticed the family was rarely at home. Justin Sr. revealed that he and Monique had drifted apart, leading to their separation. Following his departure from the family home, he moved to Jackson, Mississippi, approximately 3 hours away from New Orleans, where he secured employment. On Thursday, March 9, 2017, Monique and her mother looked forward to the following day. Monique wanted to look for a new car in the morning and also planned on helping her mother move in with her and the kids. As Monique, Amaya, Justin Jr. and Jumyrin went to bed for the night, little did anyone know that would be the last time Monique would ever see or kiss her kids again. While the family slept, an intruder broke into their home through the back door, forever altering many lives. Authorities suspect that once inside, the intruder deliberately targeted Monique in her bedroom first, perceiving her as the most significant threat among those in the home. After locating Monique, who was sleeping, the intruder shot her in the face. Then the intruder went up the stairs, found the 3 children and shot them. Amaya reportedly witnessed the horrifying moment when her 6-year-old brother, Jumyrin, was shot multiple times. It was 4 in the morning when Amaya, the only survivor, called 911 pleading for help. Responding urgently, police and EMS headed to the reported shooting at the home on the corner of Turreau and Mandolin. Unaware of the horrors awaiting them, they approached the scene with uncertainty. Amaya had been shot in the face and was barely clinging to life. Once authorities found her, they immediately whisked her away to the hospital for emergency surgery.
Gentilly area.
Crime Stoppers, our commander of homicide, our 3rd District commander, and of course our Deputy Chief Paul Noel. We have very limited information, but what we know right now is that house here on Turo Street, we are working an active murder investigation where what we know right now is that there are 3 individuals in the home that are deceased. There is 1 survivor. Because no next of kin has been notified, we're not releasing any information, but this is still a very active scene. We are working to identify a motive. We are working to identify how or why this would have happened, and of course who would have done this. But we're still actively investigating, and there's very limited information that we can give you. But what we can say is that there are 3 victims. There is 1 survivor being treated for injuries. We're still working to ascertain the nature of those injuries, and we're still working to ascertain how these people were actually come to be deceased.
And Chief, 3 people deceased?
At this time, we know that 3 people are deceased.
So a total of 4 shot?
4 people shot, 3 of whom are deceased.
Can you say whether all the victims are in the same family?
We cannot say that right now. We're working to ascertain all of that. This is very preliminary. And so immediately our team got here, attempted to find survivors, called in for backup. Now our homicide team is here investigating. Very horrific scene, but what we can say is that right now our team just did a walkthrough to make sure that what we think we know, we actually know. But that's still very limited information. 3 of these victims are deceased inside. 1 is being treated at a local hospital for injuries, and we're still working to ascertain what those injuries are and how this individual came to have those injuries.
Do we know the ages?
We do not know the ages, and so we're working to find next of kin. We're working to get the answers to a lot of questions, and so this is very preliminary. And when there are more details that are solid, that we feel comfortable bringing you, we'll certainly come back and bring that to you. But right now, this is very active. Commander Eckert and his homicide team are out here leading this investigation. The important thing now is for anyone who has any information, please contact us right away. Detective Barnes is here representing Crime Stoppers. Please call Crime Stoppers. Please call Homicide. We can use any information about anything you know about this incident, about this house, about what you think you might know. Please call us, because every bit of information right now will be helpful.
Can you say whether multiple weapons were involved, Chief?
We don't even know right now. What we can say is that we're still working to ascertain how the victims received the injuries they received. So it's still very preliminary, and those are questions we're still working to get answered.
Any police history at this house?
We're still working to get that information as well. So this is still very preliminary.
So it's unclear if they were shot, you're saying?
Right now, we are working to find the answers to those questions. And so it's, once again, it is very limited because you're here real time with us, and we're here real time working to ask the same questions and get the same answers. And so the important thing now is for people who are watching this, please, if you have any information, give Crime Stoppers a call. Give us a call. You can do it anonymously, but we desperately need your help, and this is how we solve these cases, by partnering with the community and people being brave and stepping forward and giving us information that they have. Even if they think it's not relevant, please call us and give it to us.
Chief, can you say whether you have evidence that the perpetrator has left the house, or could it have been somebody who was shot inside the house?
Right now, we don't know who the perpetrator is. We're working to find that out. The house is secure, and so we do not have a perpetrator in custody. And so that's the importance of getting information out to the community who might know something or who might believe something, to call and give that to us. And so right now, it's very limited. It's a fluid, very mobile and fast-working investigation. I really want our detectives to kind of get back to work. As more details become available, certainly we'll bring that to you.
Your reaction to something like this, sir?
This is horrific, man. This is horrible. It breaks everybody's heart. Every murder breaks a heart. But to find that children were involved, people were involved, multiple people, we're working to get the answers to all that, but what we can say that it really rattles everybody. That's why you see us all out here. And so that's the importance of people coming forward, giving us the information. We want to solve every case, but we need to move fast. We need people to be brave and step forward and call us. Help us clear this. Help us find the people who did this, person or persons, so we can hold people accountable and bring them to justice. Right? As more facts become available, we'll certainly bring them to you.
What time did it happen?
This is just earlier this morning. I don't have the exact time, but we can certainly get that to you.
Did you say a child was killed, Chief?
We didn't say a child was killed. I said multiple people. You know, there multiple people inside the home. There is a survivor. 3 are dead. And we have not given out any information to any next of kin. So right now, we're not releasing any of that the way that came out just now. Right now, 3 dead, 1 survivor. All right? Thank you, guys.
News of the crime spread rapidly and reached Monique's parents. Upon their arrival at the scene, Miss Deborah, Monique's mother, succumbed to overwhelming grief, collapsing on the ground with unbearable despair. A crowd gathered outside the home and stood in disbelief, watching authorities work the scene. Mr. Jonathan, Monique's father, expressed his anguish, stating that these were his only grandchildren. Justin Sr., who was unaware of the tragedy, would soon receive the dreadful news about his family. Rumors started circulating immediately, with some speculating that Justin Sr. was involved. Despite the distressing situation, he gave an interview to local news media, emphatically stating he was 3 hours away in Jackson, Mississippi, and could never harm his family. Police have since confirmed Justin Sr.'s alibi. Yet, others thought maybe it was a drug deal that Justin Sr. owed money to people and didn't pay, so instead, they took it out on his family. The unspeakable tragedy of this crime, especially involving innocent children, underscores the depths of human cruelty and the profound sorrow it leaves in its wake. As the community mourns, the pursuit of justice becomes imperative, a solemn commitment to ensuring that those responsible for this heinous act are brought to account. In seeking justice, we not only honor the memory of the victims but also strive to protect the sanctity of life and the well-being of our communities. May the investigation lead to the apprehension and prosecution of the perpetrators, providing some measure of closure to those affected by this unthinkable act of violence. This is a police sketch of a potential suspect, and we hope that this visual representation may prompt anyone with information to come forward, shedding light on the circumstances surrounding this devastating crime and bringing us one step closer to uncovering the truth.
Why would somebody do this? For what reason?
A father is fighting for answers 4 months after his wife and 2 children were killed inside their Gentilly home. The murders of Monique Smith and her young sons, Justin and Jumyrin, shocked the city. But months later, police have yet to make any arrests.
And tonight, the father of the family tells Eyewitness News he wants to know why. Lauren Braille brings us his story.
It's been 4 months since a gunman entered a home on a quiet Gentilly street and opened fire. For Justin Sims, it's felt like an eternity.
To tell the truth, it's been like hell. Like walking in hell.
Justin's wife and his 2 young boys died instantly.
It filled my heart with anger and hate.
Justin's daughter, now 13, survived.
Because she saw what happened. She saw her youngest brother died, shot in the head, asleep. She saw her mother dead, and she still had the strength to call the police.
Now Justin is waiting for the police to arrest the person responsible.
Guy's still on the street, living his life with his family.
A life Justin feels he'll never have again.
It's like I'm lost at this point.
He says an arrest will bring closure, but it won't be enough to free him from the regret he feels. He and his wife Monique were separated at the time of the murders, and he had moved away.
If I was there, it wouldn't happen. I know it wouldn't happen. I left my family. That's a guilt I had to deal with every day.
He's trying to forgive himself and protect his daughter.
Until the people caught, I don't feel like it's safe for my daughter. I don't feel like it's right for her to be down here.
But he says he can't do it alone.
I need somebody to help me with this. I need help. My daughter needs help. And I wish the FBI, somebody come in.
Whether it takes another 4 months or 4 years, Justin says he won't give up hope that the people who caused so much bloodshed are brought to justice.
It's like I'm fighting a never-ending battle. But I will continue until these people are caught. But until then, I'm just going to fight.
New Orleans police say this is still an active and open investigation. They say they do not have any updates about the case to release at this time. Natalie.